second line assignment that's due in a week is called Economic Use of Line. And in this one, is more. So when we get to the assignment, you're only allowed to use 4 lines. Now, I'm not going to specify how long those lines have to be, but you can only use 4. And I just want to show you now, not all the examples I'm showing you have used less than 4 or less, but it's amazing what you can communicate with very little information. And you have to understand your audience, your viewers are very intelligent people, and we look at images and consume images so much today that we can really kind of connect the dots, so to speak. And Keith Haring, who is a street artist and later became a well-known gallery artist, was very minimal with the amount of information that he showed. But the idea came across very well. And, I think that we kind of overcomplicate things, especially as artists that are beginning our career. We want to put everything in there, and it's really not necessary. Sometimes, I know you guys have heard of this KISS philosophy, which is keep it simple, stupid, right? Where we don't need to put everything in the kitchen sink in our designs. We can be very selective about what we're doing. Henri Matisse, this is a outline of some leaves, and Henri Matisse would do these exercises all the time. Now he, again, is using more than 4 lines, but we still understand there might even be a fruit hanging here. Here's another one. Beautiful, right? With it's just enough information. I love the grass squigglies at the bottom. This is a continuous contour. This is a very kind of simplified drawing. Very interesting. Stick figures. Again, it's just some studies of people. A little bit more in-depth study. Picasso, again, really beautiful line quality and not overcomplicating everything. It's beautiful ink drawing, Japanese artist. Beautiful. Xavier de Calate. Beautiful lines. Continuous. All right, so for this assignment, this is students' work. Find some flowers. You may have some in your garden or leaves. You can take a walk around your block or something like that. Look at the side of roads. There's always kind of weeds and various things growing. Take some clippings and then bring them back. And then what I want you to do is fill up a page of thumbnails trying to depict the various leaves and flowers using just 4 lines. In fact, this one is just 3 lines. If you look at where they stop and where they end. Challenge yourself. This one, I kind of wish it was placed a little differently within the composition. I'm asking you not to center things. We have this whole big space to use, and I really want you to utilize it. And sometimes there's something really lovely about something that's not in the center. This is 4 lines. This was a carnation. And very minimal, but you can see the flower in it. Here's a very stylized one. And 1, 2, yep, 3, 4 lines. Great. This one too. So your lines can be long. Let them be long. Let's, in your thumbnails, you should be working that out. How, count your lines, see if on your first thumbnail, if you're drawing too much, think, okay, well, what can I connect to make that line longer? And then practice that. so that when you move to the Bristol, you know, it's okay. You are completely allowed as well to do a pencil drawing before you go over it with black marker. And you can be using your Sharpie here or your illustration pens so that you won't be able to see the pencil underneath. Okay, so that's completely appropriate. This one I really enjoy. This was an eucalyptus plant that I usually buy flowers and bring them in, but you'll have to find your own. But really like the shape of this. And I love that it's off to the left side too. That kind of asymmetrical balance is really quite exciting. And you know, it's traditional that the flower come from the top, from the bottom to the top. But what if it came in on the side? You know, try to be like this one. Try to be as creative as you can with this. Beautiful line quality on this. I love that. Love it, love it. This, they went over the lines to make it a little bit thicker and a little weightier. Beautiful. Love that balance too. There's something really nice about that composition. Just try not to center it too much. This is kind of a cool line quality as well. And these are long lines. Those are long. They're from the bottom to the top. It's all one line. You know, you're going to have to practice something like this, and that's what your sketchbook is for. This is nice as well. This was a flower that had seen better days, but still it's really quite pretty. And again, feel free to jump into a collaborate session, show me your thumbnails. Remember, every Monday from 11 to 1, I'm going to be online, and you can come in to collaborate and ask me a question. You can ask a question, say, okay, and be gone. You can be in and out in 10 minutes. You know, I'm just there for 2 hours just so that everybody has that opportunity to log in and ask me a question. You don't have to stay the whole time. This one's nice too. So you might have to play in your sketchbook about how thick or thin, you know, if you should vary it or if you should keep it all the same. You know, it depends. It depends on what you like, on what you think is good. And I think if you trust yourself, then I'm going to agree with you. And if you try out different things, I love this one. You know, it's the petals are down. It's the thing about flowers, they are probably one of the most cliche subject matter within art. They're cliche to photograph, they're cliche to paint. So how are you going to make it something more interesting? And these restrictions I'm putting on you are one way to kind of tap into your creativity and say, okay, how am I going to do this? And the creativity comes in figuring it out. Now this one is very stylized, like it looks like cartoonish almost. But it's still 4 lines and it's done well. Okay, so that's your second assignment. So you have one assignment where you're just going mad crazy with repeating lines and filling up a whole page full of it. And then you're going to pull back and you're going to draw flowers. Okay, and only use 4 lines. Remember, if you have any questions, let me know and I'm here to help. All right, good luck, you guys.